During this show, you may hear us refer to 816 Outdoors. 5 years ago, we started up a company producing a local show in Independence, Missouri, or the 816 area code. Now that we're on a nationally televised channel, we decided to change to a more universal name, and Point of Impact was it. Our goal is to put a new spin on outdoor television with a younger perspective. As you can see, we are young, but we can get the job done. Stay tuned and we'll show you what tips and tactics we use to help us be more successful in the field.
Point of Impact is brought to you by Under Armour. Go where you don't belong. Rage, the revolutionary rear-deploying expandable broadhead. Big Game Tree Stands. Rock solid. Nocturnal lighted knocks. Bass Pro, the granddaddy of all outdoor stores. Muddy Outdoors. And McBee Custom Homes.
Youth season 2013. Cole had been begging for me to take him out, so the night before season I went out and scouted a bird for him and had it roosted about 100 yards from where we set up our blind. The next morning, not 10 minutes into our hunt, he flew down and ran straight to us. He got to about 20 yards right outside the decoys, and I told Cole to shoot, and I'm not sure what happened, but the turkey flew away unscathed.
So there he was, 30 yards of decoys. I took the shot, I missed. So I was really ready to get back up in front of the camera and try again.
Good morning. We're in Missouri on the Honey Creek Ranch, and we got turkeys gobbling all around us. We've had a rough season, but I think we'll get one this morning. Sounds like a good morning. Stevie's coming, he's coming. He's right there, he's right there. He's about 60 yards, he's coming in.
So we put the turkey to bed the night before. Got up early, put the blind up. The turkey flew down right where we wanted it to. But it went up to the right about 70 yards, and it was really foggy that morning, so he couldn't really see the decoy until he got up on top of the hill, which he had to go a little bit farther. And then right when he seen that decoy, he was heading straight down to us.
Cole was shaking like a leaf. I thought there was no way he was gonna make this shot, even though the turkey was only 10 yards away. I just kept picturing that first miss in my head.
Baby. Oh yeah, man, that was an awesome hunt. He roosted behind us, the two birds roosted in front of us. He came all the way up, couldn't see the decoys, and he walked all the way up to them. He climbed on top of that hill. Right when he seen that B-mobile, man, he came running, he came walking straight back down. Man, that was an awesome hunt. Oh yes.
Good job, Coley.
Yes.
We got him.
Turkey down, let's go get him.
Well, old B-Mobile came through for us again here this morning. I knew where these birds went to roost. I seen 3 of them here last night. There was 2 up this hill, and then this guy roosted down here behind us. And then he flew down right in this field, probably 60, 70 yards away from us, and was walking about 40 yards past us. And I was like, all right, this is gonna work out perfectly. He's gonna see the decoys. It's gonna work out. There's 2 toms and 3 hens up the hill, and he turned around from them and came straight back to us. And he put on a show. He came strutting into about 15, 20 yards. But Cole ended up making a good shot. I mean, dropped him on the spot. He was nervous though. You can hear me in the video saying, all right, Cole, stop shaking, stop shaking. He was a little nervous, weren't you, Coley?
Oh yeah, I was a little nervous.
That's all right though. We got a bird down, so that's all that matters. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, here's what you've missed. My youngest brother Cole went out turkey hunting to redeem a miss he had in 2013. Of course, preparation and a positive attitude helped make this hunt a more successful one. The lesson here is if you ever miss your shot, don't be discouraged. It happens to all of us. Now let's head over to Jesse and see if he can get one too.
Well, Steven and I are back at it again, trying to get on one of these gobblers. It's a perfect morning out. It was a little stormy this morning. It was thundering and lightning, but it's calmed down a lot. It's actually like 65 degrees. It feels great out here. The weather's perfect. You know, the last couple times I've been out, I haven't had any luck, but I'm feeling it today. The weather's good. We actually have chairs this time. That's a luxury. And we'll see if there's a couple behind us. We'll see if we can't get on them. Well, been sitting here for about an hour and haven't seen anything yet. I actually got a little hot in here, so we ended up taking off our stuff. Just sitting here waiting to see if we can hear one. Hopefully we can. It's perfect weather for it. We just heard a gobble right in front of us, probably about 100 yards. Hopefully he's coming in, it sounds like it.
Having the choice between using my bow and using my gun is usually pretty easy. I love using my bow, but we all know how skittish turkeys are, so we decided to meet in the middle and bring both.
As of 2014, the state of Missouri allows you to carry both a bow and a gun during the spring turkey season, not the fall. Make sure to keep up on your local laws and regulations to make sure you're staying legal.
Oh, dang. How that happened so fast. Holy cow. Man, I wish I could have got that with my bow. But man, he's laying out there. Those came, man, we were just doing a little interview with his little camera. They gobbled. They were literally 20 yards to our right. They just snuck in here on us. Holy cow, that happened fast.
Good job,
here. Let's go.
We heard a few gobbles early on and, you know, they never came in, and then we sat there for probably 30 minutes or so. Honestly, I didn't think that they were coming in. And they came in, and unfortunately, I didn't get it with the bow. They seen us about 20 yards and pulled out the gun. And of course, I shot the smaller one out of the three. The other two were gigantic, but you know, I'm still happy with this bird. It's a beautiful bird, and you know, that's another point for 816 Outdoors, and no points for the turkeys.
Hey guys, we're here today. We're gonna bring you the Point of Impact tip of the week to help you have the greatest impact on your hunting experience. First off, what you need is a good quality blind, and we like our double bull blinds. They're easy to set up. As you can see from earlier, I was able to set it up in less than 30 seconds. It's super easy and has a ton of room for 2 or 3 people. I probably should have mentioned this first, but we're gonna go over how to place your blind in a field that you've already scouted and no turkey are coming into. A lot of people will take it into the tree line and brush it in as good as possible, hoping that the turkey won't even see the blind, but that's not what we do here.
You just gotta put this
What are you doing? Get out of here. These branches, you don't need them. Just chuck them. For turkey hunting, you can leave your blind out in the middle of the field. They're not deer. They're gonna walk right by your blind and not even notice it. And now we're gonna talk about window position, which is extremely important in turkey hunting. I only open up the front window, so I'm able to scoot back and hide in the shadows. As you can see, I'm wearing as much black as possible. That's another mistake a lot of people will make, is they'll wear camouflage in a black ground blind. Which really doesn't make sense, because you want to try and match the surroundings that you're in. I know a lot of young kids, my brother Cole, just throwing that out there, will sit here in the front of the blind and stick his head out the window looking for birds. Like that. Without even knowing how much that scares them off. Say if there was a bird coming in that was being silent and you didn't even know he's there, you stick your head out that window and he's going to see you instantly. So what you need to do is take your chair and scoot it back in the far corner. And now that I'm back here, you can't see me as well. And that's exactly what you want for turkey hunting. Now, an underestimated important tip that I can give you is where to place your decoys. A lot of people think that you can just put your decoys 25 yards out from the ground blind and you'll be fine. But we found that a lot of times, the way that you want the turkeys coming from, or the way that you usually see them coming from, you want the decoys on the opposite side of the ground blind. That way they have to walk past you in order to get to the decoys. So for instance, if you expected the turkeys to come from this direction, you wouldn't want to place the decoys on this side of the blind. They could hang up about 10 yards from the decoy and not even get into your shooting lane. Instead, what you want to do is put the decoy past your ground blind, so the turkeys have to walk right in front of it in order to get to it. And the last tip I'm going to give you all is over the turkey decoy itself. A lot of times when we first started out, we used the cheap $10 foam decoys, and we'd have turkeys come into the field, but about 60 or 70 yards, they'd stop and walk away, and we never could figure that out until we bought this good decoy, such as this Avian X. This turkey can actually see the detail in the decoy itself whenever they get that close. And we have so much better success with these decoys, with gobblers actually coming into the spread and hanging out and 20, 30 yards instead of 60 or 70. So for my last tip, invest in a good decoy. It's worth the money. So far on the show, we have seen my youngest brother Cole redeem himself by killing a nice turkey with a great shot. We've also seen my brother Jesse take a decent turkey by being prepared in the blind and using the Missouri state laws to his advantage. Though filming the kill is exciting, there's nothing like hunting yourself. I couldn't wait to get in front of the camera and actually bring my bow to the blind.
Well, here we are, Honey Creek Ranch. It's the, the second Saturday of turkey season. This is the first chance I've gotten to go out and actually be in front of the camera. I think I've filmed about 5 kills so far this year, so we've had a pretty good year, and we're gonna see if we can't keep it going here. We're hunting in a spot where Jesse killed a bird the other day. We have about 5 around us, lighting it up pretty good. And it's the first time I've gotten to take my new Hoyt Carbon Spider out. So hopefully she can do some damage on an old longbeard, and let's see what happens. Haven't heard anything gobble for a while, but this is a real good travel spot for turkey, especially later on in the morning. When Jesse and I sat here the other day, they didn't come in till about 9:30, so we're not giving up hope yet. They're probably out with the hens right now in the big bean fields that surround this big timber lot, and whenever the day progresses, they'll move back into this timber and come into this little field strut. Hopefully, anyways, we'll see what happens. Something walking behind the blind, and so I peek out the back window and there's a turkey head standing there at 5 yards. I was like, oh man, I was like, wake up, wake up. I'm tapping him, so he has to like try and scoot his way into the chair while they're at the decoys 10 yards away. We pulled it off without them noticing us, but that was kind of a cool encounter there. I've never seen them lay down in full strut. It was kind of weird. But while they're here, we have a tom coming in from our front that's coming in real fast. Just started gobbling, started answering our calls. So hopefully he comes in. That wasn't sleepy.
Even though I was bummed that Tyler and I couldn't get on a bird, I knew that I'd be coming up to Honey Creek Ranch the next weekend, so I wasn't too upset.
They're all around us, dude. Well, here we are. James and I got up early and drove here and made sure that we were set up by daylight. It's a good thing we did. We're absolutely covered up in turkey. We have a couple of hens that are probably getting ready to fly down right to our field, and then I think we hear 6 or 7 different gobblers within 200, 250 yards. We have the Avian X Jake out there, along with 2 Avian X hens, and it should be a good morning. Let's see what happens. longbeard that came up. We had 2 of them originally come to the Jake, and then while they were messing around with him, 2 more ran in from the right, and they all started flocking it. First one with the new Hoyt Carbon Spider Turbo. Really like this bow, and it does a number apparently on turkeys. I'm pretty sure he's just dead right in this woods line over here, so turkey down, baby.
We appreciate you watching Point of Impact exclusively on the Pursuit channel. Be sure to visit our website at www.pointofimpacttv.com. Here you have the opportunity to see photos, videos, visit our sponsors, get to know our crew, shop for our latest Point of Impact gear, and even link to our social media platforms. So join the conversation and always be up to date with the Point of Impact team.
Well, it took us a little bit. I was getting a little nervous, but James, my cameraman, was walking over here and actually seen him laying dead on the edge of this field. With those other gobblers still at the decoys, we didn't get a chance to see where he ran to. We got him though, he's a pretty good bird. This morning it started out, we had birds all around us gobbling. Nothing real close, but we knew that they would fly down into this field. A few days ago, I came in here and without a cameraman and called one in, but I didn't shoot him. I knew that we could come back here and get him on film again. And that's exactly what we did. Last night, James and I drove up here about midnight and caught a few hours of sleep and got out here this morning early. We set up by about 4:30, and at 5:30 we heard our first gobble. It was real early, and they flew down really early. We had 2 toms fly down about 40 yards away from us, and we couldn't bring them in. They were with a hen, and about an hour later, we had these 2 come in, and they came right to the decoys and beat up on the old AVNX a little bit. I think he's doing all right. He might be a little poked holes in him, but I think he's doing all right. We're hunting over a clover field, probably a 10-acre clover field surrounded on each side by timber, and those birds really, they weren't too spooked. This is a good bird, probably 2-year-old, 3/4 inch spurs, maybe a 10-inch beard. Awesome to get him with the new Hoyt Carbon Spider. I love that bow, and that's the first animal I've been able to take with it, so hopefully we'll be able to get some more. This show has been full of turkey kills so far. My youngest brother Cole redeemed himself with a nice turkey. My brother Jesse put one down after seeing 3 longbeards, and I was able to get in front of the camera to take one of my own. 3 turkeys down so far, but why stop there? We're on fire. Let's head over to our friend Joe Weimer and see if he can't get one on the ground as well.
All right, it's the morning of May 8th. We're set up on this green field, timber around. Stephen actually got his turkey with a bow out in this field earlier this week. So there was quite a few birds with it. So we came out here today. The weather's not too good. It's supposed to cut loose rain at some point this morning. There's birds gobbling all around us, so it's tough to tell with the wind exactly where they are, but we got at least a couple birds in all directions, so we're gonna give it a shot. We'll see what happens, and hopefully we can get something in here close to the decoys. Alright guys, we've had a couple birds gobbling around us. We got one back here fired up. He's right back here. We're hoping he comes right through this path right here and sees the AVNX. Puts on a little show for us, but you never know what might happen in turkey hunt, but he's coming. Oh, here he comes running. Don't. Just let him come. Oh, for once, Steve and I have been on so many birds, and over here at Honey Creek Ranch, and man, it's been one thing or the next, but we've been trying to get a bird on video with the 2 of us, and let me tell you guys, he got over here on the other side of this tree, and he saw that AVNX. He stuck that head up, and Steven said, is he coming? I said, he's running, and he ran in here, and he worked the decoy over for a little bit, so should be some awesome footage, man. That was Awesome.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
Finally got it done.
Got it done. Oh, man. Bird down right here, 9 yards. Here with this bird we killed this morning. It's a good bird, a nice 2-year-old, got a decent beard and spurs on it, nothing crazy, but I tell you what, Steve and I have been after these birds for what seems like forever. Seems like everything that has gone wrong can go wrong. It has. We've had deer bust turkeys, we've had coyotes bust turkeys, we've had turkeys spot us, we've screwed up plenty, but stuck after it, got out here today, and had a good setup. We killed this bird at 9 yards. We had the ABNX Jake out and a couple hens, and I can't say enough about this Jake. It's crazy. He came in and he was strutting over here, and when he saw this Jake, he made a beeline to it, and he definitely let it have it. Man, finish it off. It's been a great season so far for the 816 crew, and just happy to be a part of it.